Hello there, and welcome to an episode of Rantz. It's Crisandro, of course. And today is the first day of our pre-season starting. Officially, really. The team landed in Australia a couple of days ago, and they've had a few training sessions. One public one, which I think was watched by 6,000 fans at was it at the Wacker at Perth? It was in Perth anyway, and so it shows you immense amount of support that we have out there. And today, this morning our time, I think it was at 7 p.m. Their time, they had the first friendly London derby out there in Western Australia against West Ham United. And for those of us who watched that game, we would have been quite impressed with what it has seen out there in Wacker. Um, I want to say it's Wacker. I'm sure it was a Wacker that they played at. But yeah, it was a very good performance. I mean, we haven't had long really to prepare, and I have to say it was kind of the first 18 minutes. Well, actually, no, the whole 90 minutes, I should say. I just said first 18 minutes because that's when the goal went in. We were pressing, we were on top of everything, we were not letting West Ham out at all. And so, obviously, as this is the first game, I think this is West Ham's third game of pre-season already, so they looked a little bit sharper than we did. But their kind of goals were kind of opportunistic and mostly down to our failure in defence, it has to be said. But we had a number of opportunities. I think Kulusevski had a first opportunity in those early stages. A lovely little pass, a 1-2 pass there, and he was in behind the defence, and his shot went straight to Lukasz Fabianski in goal. Yeah, I think it was. And so, yeah, unfortunately, we had another couple of opportunities. I think Kane had an opportunity as well. Um, but it was a team that didn't have Sonny. He didn't play, and Dombele was expected to start, but he was injured yesterday, I think, during a training session. So it was a case of um, a having to see a debut from Manor Solomon. He played on the left wing, cutting inside, and also James Maddison played as well. He started. He had made his debut for us in that first half, and obviously it was the first game, so first real competitive game, one might say. So yeah, a few of the players were obviously rusty. That's to be expected. And James, you see a lot of the passing and moving that Madison was famous for at Leicester. And he brought that to the fore for us and with us as well, which is good to see. But yeah, West Ham took the lead first in the 18th minute. A goal from Danny Ings. I think it was from a corner that was cleared, and then the ball was crossed back in by, I think it was Jared Bowen on his right hand side, and yeah, defending wasn't good. Reguilon did kind of miss him, but wasn't even aware that Ings was right next to him, and yeah, that headed in and went straight under Vicario. It looks of it. Guglielmo Vicario making his debut as well. So yeah, 1-0. Then we played so well. The pressing was fantastic. It was absolutely phenomenal. Um, you know, we just had so many decent opportunities. And yeah, the passing was on point. But as we said, it was crisp and it was smooth. They went 2-0 up actually. A goal from I want to say Mubama. That's the young player, a flicked header, which again, poor defending. That's just kind of put it down to I put it down to rustiness and just kind of and that kind of thing. Obviously, first game, a lot of things to work on. Um, and as we'll find out later, Postecoglou did kind of take a responsibility of that, and they hadn't worked on defending as yet. They just worked on the intricacies and worked on getting the ball on the ground and playing. So that was kind of how it looked really, because we played some fantastic football, but defensively and set pieces was again that called us out. Um, but then there was this one move that kind of caught my eye, and that was Bissouma almost scoring. I mean, he had some lovely touches, but then uh, It was a lovely, fast-paced pass and move. Basuma starting it off, playing out wide to Ubin on the right-hand side there. Would have been Kulusevski. And then Kulusevski played that what ball in there quickly. It was then kind of touched by Kane, and Basuma, lovely flick to a nutmeg. I want to say Zuma in defence, and no, it was Ogbonna in defence, and then he tried to welly it, but it just hit Fabianski. Didn't have to move, and that's the annoying bit. Either side of him, that would have been 2-1, and it would have been back in it. But I think at that point, West Ham only had two. Well, apparently they had one shot and goal, so it shows really what they scored 2 goals from that one shot. It was weird kind of stats that I saw, but you know, we had enough chances there. We dominated. I think we had around about 70% possession at that point. Second half, it was all Spurs. We pinned West Ham back for a good 25 minutes, and they could not get out. It was good to see. We just kind of, I mean, obviously they're a little bit on the fitter side, so I guess they were just kind of working on their defense as well. But literally, they could not get out, and that was good to see. That was fun to see. We then scored. We then actually pulled one back. Was just through the relentless. If you imagine how Manchester City play, especially under Mancini, that was kind of how it was. It was relentless football at that point, and once the ball comes back, you then recycle the ball and you keep going. You make them clear it, and then you just put them under more pressure, and that is kind of how Lo Celso got his goal. It was a ball that was cleared. It came back in. Oh, who was it that crossed it? I want to say. I mean, this was the second half, and so there's a few changes, well, a lot of changes actually at this point. I want to say it was Perisic that came on and put the cross. Was it Perisic? Must have been, I think. Put the cross in, and it was nodded down to Lo Celso, who volleyed it through the legs of Fabianski. That was 2-1. Then 5 minutes later, it was 2-2. Destiny Udogie scoring, flick header, get scoring on his debut for us. Yeah. I mean, he did play. He played a lot better than that. Well, I'd say obviously he's youthful and the exuberance was there. I will say that it was probably a markup on Reguilon after Reguilon's exploits in the first half, but I wouldn't put Reguilon down. It was just, I mean, he's still coming back. This is literally preseason, first game of preseason, where it was a great flick header into the net by Odogie, and that was 2-2, and we didn't even get time to enjoy it because there's again more defensive issues. Was it Sanchez in defence there at that point? Kind of went straight by him, and yeah, and then Skamaka just had the freedom there to run through and goal and put it past his compatriot, and that was 3-2. Not deserved, but that was their only shot in the second half. And we definitely, I mean, obviously, his preseason is all about fitness in the first game, but you kind of wonder how he didn't get that. But I have to say that there were issues in defending, and that's the point I was going to make. Issues in defending that Postecoglou said that he takes on the chin, that he takes responsibility for, because I hadn't worked on it yet. I hadn't worked on the intricacies of the defending. I presume either individually as well as a team. And we saw that with the 3 goals. Um, uh, and I mean that last one, that was kind of. I mean, and there was nervous moments there, especially in Tanganga in the first half. I think the ball was up in the air at one point, and all he had to do was just control it. There was nobody around him, and he just let it bounce off him, and it just went straight to the West Ham player. It would have been. It was a come from mostly Jared Bowen coming in. And yeah, it just kind of caused ourselves lots of unnecessary issues at that point. And but that is something that we will work on, and that is something that I believe will improve. And I know people are saying that we must get the centre backs in now, but I think that we are working on that. I mean, by the sounds of it, we're going to be speaking to TAPSOBA again this week, and we shall see. And but that was encouraging in terms of. The early signs. That was encouraging, seeing that performance. In the end, I think we had about 71% possession. We had 30 shots on goal, of which 13 were on target. West Ham only had 4, scored 3. and those all 4 chances were through defensive errors. It is a very good, encouraging start. That's what I mean. So if you cut out the defensive errors, I can see us keeping a lot of clean sheets, and that's the part that I'm excited about. Trying to stop the opposition from playing and just kind of camped in their entire third for 90 minutes. I mean, if I can do it on FIFA, surely it could be easy to do it in real life. But no, it's encouraging, and that means that when we when this channel goes out to Singapore next week, something to look out for when we take on Lion City Sailors, the Singapore side. While I'm in transit, we'll take on Leicester City in Bangkok. So unfortunately, we won't be able to see that game. We'll probably see that. Where would I be at that point? I think I'll probably be in Mumbai at that point. So I'll give my feedback there as I'm in transiting between flights if I see any of the highlights of the game. But yeah, as I touched on there, I mean, it was a good performance, and so unlucky to lose that game. But yeah, I think in the early stages of the reign, we can see a lot of unlucky results like that coming in, and that's all part of the building process, and that's why I'm not worried about it. Eventually it'll sort itself out. But I know there are clamours for to look for defenders, and THFC is one that apparently we're going to be speaking to again in this coming during this week. So we shall see what happens with that one. I mean, that's from reports in Germany, so who knows? The one defender that is coming in is well, an unlikely one really. Is young Ashley Phillips, a centre back prospect from Blackburn, probably England under 19 squad. Been drawn. I mean, they're drawing comparisons with Rio Ferdinand, really, which is high praise indeed, because he wasn't too bad a player, was he? But yeah, I mean, so it wasn't too bad, a comparison, and he's quite a tall looking defender. Looks very composed on the ball as well. So like a Rolls Royce of a player, and in the England under 19 squad. So he's got time to mature, but it's thought that he will sign papers with us, and he will come out immediately to meet the squad in Asia. So it's all moving quite fast, that one. So we get hopefully in the game against Lion City Sailors, we'll get a closer look at him, and we shall see what happens. But yeah, that's another young player through the door, and I mean, just think that we let go quite a lot of our players in our youth team. We have to get some of those youth players back in. Yeah, so we shall see what happens with that one. And so yeah, that's the men there all sorted. Now with the women's team, the fixtures have been announced, and it is going to be a big opening day. I mean, the season that starts off on October the 1st, I want to say. It's I want to say so. Yeah, sorry about that. So just had a bit of a technical break there. And we start our campaign off away to Chelsea, like we did a couple of seasons ago. That was when I think the WLSL was televised widely on the FA channel for the first time. It was on Sky, not FA channel, on Sky for the first. I think that was one of the Sky games. I think we lost that game 1-0, but it was an entertaining match. But we do have a lot of work to do with the women's team to get up to the level where I think that we can actually start playing and challenging. I mean, we had a Villaham bedded in now, and we've brought in one player, the young defender. I say young; she's 27 years old. But yeah, we brought in what is the name again? We brought in that's a Loana Bula, Swiss international defender, 27 years old. We need to get a bit more work in, before that big open, before the big kickoff on the 1st of October. So yeah, we shall see how that one pans out. Looking forward to this one actually, because it is a season that I'm expecting, if we play our cards right and we do the basics right, that we will actually do something well this season, because we do have a manager who is used to challenging and winning stuff. So, well, challenging anything anyway. I mean, he left his last club um, top of the league, so it is what we come to expect. But yeah, so that is the first game of the WLSL season. Um, as for other matches, um, let's have a little look at that one. Um, that one was of particular interest to me, the Chelsea game, as you can imagine. But other games of the WSL, after we play Chelsea, we then travel. Well, not travel. We were at home to Bristol City, one of the newly promoted club, and then we're away to Brighton, and then Aston Villa away. So those are the two away games in October. For those of you who want to know when we take on the likes of Arsenal, that the first game is December the 17th at home. I presume that will be moved to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, and then next London derby. After that is West Ham United away at their ground in Dagenham. I imagine. I don't think they'll be playing at the Olympic Stadium. Who knows? It is a London derby at that point. In any case, so we might do. That is January the 21st. That is a long Christmas break that they'll have. I presume that they'll have Conti Cup and the FA Cup matches in between. And then next London derby, March the 3rd, is away at Arsenal. That'll be at the Emirates. I imagine we haven't played at Boreham Wood, in time that I can remember. So away at Arsenal then, and then in the same month, well, when we travel to Bristol City away, that's the 24th of March. I'll be trying to go to that one. I've never been to Ashton Gate. I presume they'll play at Ashton Gate, but if not, it'd be good to do, because I've never been to Bristol to see a football match. So that would be a new city to take off the list. And then after that, a week later is at home to Chelsea. Maybe that will be moved to the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. They are the defending champions, so I don't want to give them a guard of honour, because that's like 5 games before the end of the campaign. So if we can stop them from winning the title, then I'll be more than happy. Now with the last London derby is May the 10th. We actually end the season again against West Ham United. I mean, last season we ended away to West Ham. We went to the stadium in Dagenham, where we drew 2-2. Was it 2-2? Yeah, I think it was 2-2. Both teams were safe, and so we just played out a 2-2 draw. But so yeah, we end this campaign at home to West Ham this time. So that is the full list. You can see it on our Facebook group, and yeah, start planning accordingly. So yeah, so that's going to wrap it up. I think we covered quite a bit of ground there. The opening friendly of the season for the men, where we got a very creditable performance, but not the best result that we could hope for. We lost 3-2. We were 2-0 down, managed to claw it back, and then we lost it. And then some news regarding defender Edmund Tapsoba. We've had more chats with him and his agent this week, and with a view of bringing him in probably next week. Hopefully, we shall see. I don't know. I can't put a timeline on that one, but it seems to be if that's moving as fast as it claims, then that's probably what's going to happen. Hopefully, but we are looking to sign Ash Phillips to Blackburn Rovers, an under-19 player who could, if that's wrapped up quickly, could be out in Asia on our tour, and we went to see it. Maybe get a good closer look at him. Hopefully against Lion City Sailors of Singapore when we go to the national stadium there. And then the women's team, where the fixtures are out, and yeah, we open against Chelsea and we end the campaign against West Ham. So a lot of game sandwiches in between. So we shall see what happens with that one. But anyway, thanks for watching. Let us know what you think about the performance of Spurs, about what you expect from Spurs, and how you think Spurs played, what you think Spurs need. I know a lot of people say defenders, but in terms of practicality, what you think is actually missing from the team, and also how you think the Spurs women are going to fare this season. We only brought in one player, and if there's one squad that needs beefing up, it is the women's team, and we need to get that one sorted as soon as possible because we only got a couple of months left now. Well, 2 months left, yeah, until the season starts. Anyway, thanks for watching. It's been Crisandro. Like, share, and subscribe, all that. And you all take care. Come on, you Spurs. See you again soon.